hopefully we're back. So anyway, technology has not been my friend these last few live streams. Let me just connect with everyone. Don't know what happened. Let's see if I'm back on there. If you guys can find me or not. Let's see. Ooh, restreaming. So the chat's still going. Look, I can see you guys chatting on the other posted live stream. Do I need to repost it or what? Let's see if you guys can find me here. Let's see. There we go. Britton Bricks found me. Hey, Britton Bricks. Sorry, I had using a new phone, or not a new phone, an older phone, just because the microphone wouldn't work with my current phone. So I switched phones to an older phone, which I thought would be a great idea. But then there's a sleep timer that I forgot was on it, and so the darn thing cut out on me. So annoying technology, but glad you guys are back. So yeah, let me tell the rest of the guys, because I don't know what happened. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we'll have this stream in 2 parts. So ridiculous. Let me see if I can get a hold of the rest of you guys and find if you guys found, or you guys are finding me online again. Sorry. I guess the best thing is to just go back to my homepage and find the live stream back. Yes, thank you, Tommy. The live stream's back. Let's see. I don't know why I don't know why it can't just pick up the same stream again. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, we're on this one now. So thanks, Brit Bricks. Brit Bricks is back. Fox Fan is back. Tommy is here. Hopefully Romy Bricks will move over to this one. Been streaming 6 hours and still going strong. Cosmic Bricks, let's go. I did not know that. I gotta find you the next time you do that. I'm doing a 12-hour stream. And so are you taking a break right now and joining mine? Well, I appreciate it. Britton Bricks. The last set I built is the Winter Village fire station that you have in the thumbnail. Hey, Cosmic. Oh, Britton Bricks. Yeah, that's right. I think I saw you. What video was it? It was like a couple days ago, maybe even more recent. I saw you have that. You have the actual Lego version. I have a knockoff version that I got a while back, and so I just stuck with it. But it's been a good build, or it's been a good build. It's been a good set to build up and tear or break down for Christmas each time. So, well, thanks guys for joining back on the live stream. And so here we are again. We've got the Gingerbread AT-AT set 40806 600. I can't even talk. 697 pieces. And you will notice an added minifig that just seemed to work out well. I know I pointed this out, but since I had to restart the stream, we added a Sand Stormtrooper, or maybe he's a Kashyyyk Stormtrooper, and this goes well. The perfect color scheme for the top half of the Gingerbread AT-AT. And you've got the living room setting on the inside, all included with stockings, a fireplace, and gifts in the background, candy cane on the back wall, or behind the pilot seat, or maybe this stormtrooper is the pilot. But great set, very fun to build. I thought I heard people say, it's a mediocre build, but the character that goes into it, I think it's super fun, and hopefully it can be found again. Hopefully Lego will make some more of them soon, so people can add them to their collection and not pay those crazy secondary market prices where they're trying to get three times the price because it's not right now. It's not in supply. Fox Fan says, I might be getting an iPhone 15 and Lego Dune ornithopter for my birthday. Vox fan, very cool. The iPhone 15 will be great for a camera for sure. And then you've got the Lego Dune set as well. I think they've only done one Dune set, right? I forgot about that one. Stuck at work, Britton Bricks says, for another few hours. Well, Britton Bricks, that's kind of cool that you can join the live stream while you're working. Really appreciate that. Hopefully, we provide some interesting talk in the background. That's a good way to say it, Vox fan. A half-eaten gingerbread AT-AT, gingerbread Darth Vader, and Geonosis Clone Trooper. Geonosis Clone Trooper. Thank you for the right labeling of this guy. Yeah, half-eaten. So let's get with bag 3. I was just about to start bag 3, and the darn camera cut out on me. So let's start over here. Cosmic Bricks has been sorting, it looks like, as well as streaming for 12 hours straight. Was that what I read before? Crazy. Okay, so definitely looks like we're adding the legs with these pieces, these kind of turnable pieces here. So that's kind of fun. And let me see here. We'll get the. Let's see, do I have to do 4 of these? Yes, 4 of the leg pieces and a whole lot of pins to go in. So as I do this, let me think of some cool sets that I would, or ask you guys, especially as you're in the chat talking about other things, but what are some sets that you'll possibly add to your collection in 2026? I've definitely got 2 on my list so far. The Speed Champions, what is it? The Speed Champions, DeLorean. I want to say Mandalorian, but that's not the right term. The Speed Champions DeLorean from Back to the Future. Very cool, especially knowing that they have a $180, what is that? $180 or no, $200 set of that. The DeLorean. It's kind of like a UCS version, I guess, of that Back to the Future car. And yeah, definitely the Speed Champions is more in my price range. So that one's definitely a possible, or definitely on my list. Doesn't need to be something day one. So if it's released January 1st and it goes on back order, I'll wait on that one. No rush to get that one. But in any case, it just looks like a cool build, plus the 2 minifigures. The main characters from the movie look great, and so that'll be a 2026 edition at some point. Maybe not all the way until the end of 2026, but I have that on my list. And then Ninjago, always a favorite, especially if it can go well with kind of the modular series of sets. So that Ninjago set, the blacksmith house, that one looks cool too. So those are my 2 new 2026 Lego sets that I would love to add to my idea. Box fan says, should I try to design a Lego set for Lego ideas? Definitely. Why not? Why not? YouTube Stabworthy says, I saw you working on the same Lego 24 hours ago. Yes, I don't build it until I live stream. So try to hold these out and work on these sets while I chat with you guys. Although I did add bag 2 separately. So yeah, there's no rush to building these. I like to enjoy the build, so that's why. So plus, got to add that's clone trooper here. It's got the right color scheme and everything. All right, so welcome you guys. Leave a like in the live stream, especially because I had to start over. I know we're already up to I think almost 10 likes, and now we had to start the live stream all over again. Britton Brick says, yes, I would say to Vox also, yeah, do a Lego ideas set. Come up with something. That's very cool. Pixel Anthony, welcome Pixel Anthony. Options on chocolate chip bread. Chocolate chip bread is honestly pretty good, says the Vox fan. Yeah, are you thinking just like literal sandwich type bread with chocolate chips, or something you would bake? Coop, yeah, Coop, welcome back. Santa is done. That's right. There he is in the background, standing in the middle of the football stadium mock that my son built. Definitely more impressive when you hold him up close. Just a cool, big, upscale minifig, and like having him here in the background for sure. So hopefully, Roaming Bricks finds us. I thought he would jump over easily, or maybe he did. I didn't. I did not notice if he made it back or not, but that's okay. Cronin, Cronin is here. Hello, Cronin. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, you are back. Very cool. Tommy says, I want to build the new AT-AT walker out of my parts, not paying for it. Lots of laughs. Nice, Tommy. Yeah, if you've got enough extra pieces that are just out there, just sitting in a drawer, yeah, try to part together and see if you can build a set or two. My son and I have tried to do that a couple times. I'm gonna try and do that actually with the original Millennium Falcon. I think that would be fun. I think well, I'm just guessing, but the only parts I would need would probably be the cockpit and maybe half of the rounded edges, I guess you could say. I think those are pretty much specialty pieces. Hey, Charlotte, you are cool. Thank you, Charlotte. Welcome. Thank you for joining the chat and saying hello. Tommy, I'm working towards doing that myself. I don't usually buy sets, says Britton Bricks. So you guys, it sounds like you guys have a lot of extra pieces, or maybe you acquire a lot of extra pieces, maybe in the used market. So in the US, I don't know if it's exactly the same in other countries, but we have what we call yard sales or garage sales. And, sometimes you can basically, it's kind of like winning the lottery. They would say, you can score some pretty decent amounts of Lego in, a garage sale buy where a family has just had them, in their storage forever and they just want to get rid of it. You spend $20 on a big plastic bin full of random Lego pieces. And then, of course, every once in a while, it's like finding buried treasure because there are some sets that are hidden within those random tubs of Lego. And I've seen a few Lego YouTubers document them doing that. And I guess it just depends on where you live. So I'm sure other countries have that same thing. It might be called something else. Tommy, are you signing off? I see some buys already. Cronin, glad to have you here. Tommy, if you're heading out, high fives to you, man. Thanks for being here and starting us off well on the second. Let's go. Attempt number 2 of the live stream. Tommy, you were here from the start. It's true, he was. Yeah, Britton Brick says, yeah, I just buy arts and not sets or parts. I just buy parts and not sets. It's super fun getting random stuff for next to nothing. That'll definitely help you in your budget for sure. Charlotte, do you mean the brickhead on the new house? Says the Vox fan. Yes, got that. Parts. Yard sale, I got 25 pounds of Lego for $35. Nice, Tommy. And Cronin is out. Cronin, so good to see you, man. I know you've been busy and glad to have you on Discord as well. I know Little Brick Therapy, my son, has been able to connect with you there. So that's cool. Yeah, if you guys can find used Lego, I would say the one time we got used Lego was actually given to us. And I think I've told, maybe you guys were here when I was describing that. When we lived overseas, some friends of ours had to move back to the US and they were pretty avid Lego collectors, or their sons were, and they had tons, or they collected, I think, pretty much every advent calendar, lots of Star Wars sets, lots of Bionicle, and probably Chima. So, that goes back a few years. And when they moved, they gave us I want to say three of those giant plastic tubs, like those Sterilite tubs, and we ended up with like probably a full collection of Bionicle, tons of like gray plates and random Star Wars pieces. Maybe one complete set was buried in there somewhere. I know I found sections that would go to build an X-wing fighter, and then yeah, gosh, probably 20 to 30 minifigures. So it was a great haul for us and great for our kids. And that kind of launched our Lego collecting journey as a family. And then mostly just sorting it and building it with my kids. Or mostly them building, me sorting and cleaning up because they were a lot smaller back then. And then that led to my younger son and older son collecting lots of Star Wars and Nexonite sets, which then led to me wanting to join in the fun and getting all kinds of Lego sets and adding to our collection as well. Cronin says, I might be back tomorrow. I am doing good in school. Very good, Cronin. Well done. Bryn Brick says, yep, it's definitely a very cheap way to be able to build models others pay an arm and a leg for. It's kind of like getting a used car in that sense, which is great. Cosmic Brick says, I've got you on the background of my stream. Very cool, Cosmic. Thank you for doing that. Vox Fan says, I just have my baby dinosaurs in the backgrounds of my extremely rare streams. I nearly never stream. Last time was 3 months ago. I'm going to stream tomorrow on Christmas. Well, look for you, Vox Fan, and try to catch you. Britton Brick says, there's some really good deals on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, Britton Bricks, that must be very specific to, yeah, where you are, right, locally. I have not found anything really that good in terms of a good deal for buying used Lego. So yeah, it'd be fun to see what you find. Cronin says, peace, everyone. Cronin, I think with the sign off, leave a like as you guys join in. Thank you for joining the live stream. Sorry I had to do part 2 of the live stream. The first time the camera cut out. Yesterday, the sound cut out and just technical difficulties. But here we are. Here's our Brick Therapy logo. If you see this, leave a like, subscribe if you like talking Lego and joining a Lego discussion. And we are building the Gingerbread AT-AT, a pretty popular set, one that has been sold out for quite a while. Here's the box, so you can kind of see where I'm at in terms of progress. And a set you could build up very quickly, but in these live streams, I like to chat and also build slowly. So I like to save and kind of just enjoy the build process section by section. And you can see all the fun parts in here. I know I showed this off already, but it's fun to, if you haven't seen this set up close, it's got a Christmas living room setting on the inside, an AT-AT with a fireplace. Go figure. Maybe this is a coal-powered Star Wars set. It's kind of funny to think about. So I'll put that there so it's still in the camera shot. So yeah, thanks for joining the live stream and being here. Jimmy Jr. is here. Awesome, Jimmy Jr. Voxan says hello and bye. Oh, I guess Jimmy Jr. was here for a little bit. Jimmy Jr., thanks for being here, man. Amy says, oh, that's right, Amy, saving up for the Titanic. I'm at $368 for the Lego Titanic. Awesome. Voxfan says, I'm saving to get the USS Enterprise set for my dad. Ooh, generous, Voxfan. $400 set here in the US. Balabon's here. Balabon, thank you for being here, man. Hi there. How are you doing today? Doing well, Balabon. It's the end of the day over here in the US or on the West Coast, and you guys are already on your way to Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas Eve. Yeah, exactly. Good to see you guys. Okay, so I have to build 4 of these leg pieces. There's one. Looks pretty edible, doesn't it? That's kind of an edible looking leg piece there. And just a fun color scheme. This build is, if you can get one, hopefully Lego will make more and not force another shortage. But these are great sets to add to your collection. These Star Wars versions of Christmas And if you've ever gotten a Star Wars advent calendar, it's fun. You can add those minifigs to a set like this. And I've heard people speculate that maybe Lego will do more of these kind of Star Wars Christmas themes. Not the advent calendar, but like actual, gingerbread uh, character or minifigures, and vehicles, Star Wars vehicles. What would be another one for next year? What would be a good gingerbread version of a Star Wars ship next year? Maybe a TIE fighter or an X-Wing? And if you wanted to go extreme, maybe a gingerbread Millennium Falcon, maybe a little bit smaller version than the play scale one, but a little bit bigger than the MIDI scale one. That would be cool. I would definitely, a lot of people would probably want that, especially if there's, a minifigure or two that comes with it. So just some fun sets to this build, fun sets to this theme, I should say. And as I put this together, I think, now that Lego's done the Dark Falcon or Rebuild the Galaxy series, this kind of fan fiction version of Lego sets, why not do some more of these gingerbread sets? So yeah, maybe next year a X-Wing or a gingerbread TIE fighter, a gingerbread Luke, or I don't know what. Oh, a gingerbread Jango Fett or Boba Fett starship, whatever the politically correct term is for that set now. That would be pretty cool. I'm sure there's some planning in the wings already, or if not already, going to be leaked or rumored. But who knows? Because between now and then, there's other big Lego Star Wars events like May the 4th. So lots to think about in a fun way. It's Christmas Eve for me right now, says Coop. Very cool. There's Tommy. There we go, Tommy. Thank you. I gotta pin that. So Tommy, you are here. I thought you had signed off earlier. Thanks for being here, guys. Amy says, I know I didn't stay long, but I'm getting very tired, so I'm going to sleep. All right, Amy. There's another high fives for you. Thank you. And keep us posted. You are cruising. You got $368 towards your Titanic. That is another set I would definitely add to my wish list for 2026. Not a 2026 release date set, but definitely a set to acquire. But I still have the goal of some kind of UCS set to build, which would basically be the Millennium Falcon. But I don't know. There's so many sets that compete. So many, like the Avengers Tower would be another one. I don't know how much longer that thing's going to stay out there. So lots of good things. And Lego's just going to keep on releasing big sets that are exciting to think about. Blobon says, how are you doing, Britton Bricks? What's new with you, Britton Bricks? Joining in the chat with everyone. Glad to have it. Glad to see it. I mean, Tommy says the ATST. Hey, Alexander. Alexander Stop Motion is here. Very cool. Brit Brick says, well, Balabon, I'm stuck at work, but I have plenty of time to watch live streams. Very cool. Thank you for being here, guys. Or a gingerbread land speeder, says Tommy. Yes. Let's see, Tommy. I know I showed this yesterday. The only thing with a land speeder is that it's already got the gingerbread color, right? So, and this one you could mod yourself, right? You could add a lot of red and green rounded flat plates to this and basically turn it into a Christmas themed land speeder, and get an advent calendar with all the Star Wars minifigs with ugly Christmas sweaters, and you got yourself a gingerbread land speeder to go with the AT-AT. Man, this stormtrooper, he is too casual about things, man. I gotta stand up here on a plate. There we go. It looks a little more confident there. So this doesn't come with this set, but I thought it'd be fun to add. All right, we're almost to 10 likes again, so that's good. Let me build up this Gingerbread AT-AT correctly. Oops, I knew I would mess up on part of the build here. So I gotta do 4 of these legs, and yes, moving slowly. I think bag 3 is just basically the 4 legs. So let me cruise through this build. Got 8 likes now. Love it. If you like Lego, if you like listening to Lego live streams and Lego chats, thanks for being here. Leave a like and consider subscribing, even if you're just cruising through the YouTube universe and finding all kinds of crazy videos to watch. Please like and subscribe and join our channel. Um, Alexander, your message is getting put on hold because you're not spelling your country. Alexander's got to work on the spell correct. That's for sure. Balaban says, "Nice. That's good that you're making money for yourself for Christmas, Britt. That's awesome. And I hope you get a couple days off." Yes, Brent Bricks needs some time off so he can build and live stream and show us all the awesome builds he's got. Parting out pieces to do his own version of a set. I love it. I have Boxing Day off, Balaban. I work at a live-in university, so I look after the students. Very cool, Brent Bricks. Boxing Day, yeah, the 26th of December. That is not traditional here in the U.S., but definitely over there in the U.K. And I think most Americans probably learn about the cultural traditions, especially as of late with England, by watching the forever running series of Downtown Abbey. But very cool. Boxing Day, you get Boxing Day off, the 26th. Our country was actually thinking, or our president was thinking of making Christmas Eve and December 26th as a national holiday. So we'll see what happens. Maybe that the rest of the country will like that. Although people love after the day after Christmas, kind of like the day after Thanksgiving, to go out and return or find deals again on sales in the stores. So we'll see how that goes. Tommy says, I need to find that land speeder. I have the UCS set. The UCS set would be fun to modify also, Tommy. You got a huge gingerbread kind of looking thing. 9 people and 11 likes, says Vox fan. Let's go. Bryn Brick says, a gingerbread snow speeder is desperately needed. Yes. Ooh, a gingerbread snow speeder. That would be cool. That would make sense. It's already in the winter setting. Alexander says, used to play Lego City Undercover with my dad. Vox fan says, or a gingerbread Death Star. Oh my goodness. Now we're getting to the extreme. Maybe like a mini build of the Death Star, but in gingerbread form. Would that be interesting? It might be it might be just like a kind of a gingerbread snowball looking thing. Yeah, that would be interesting, Vox fan. The design would have to be pretty pretty well thought out, especially, you throw in some pretty sweet minifigures, then you got some potential there. I like that. My thought is for sure probably a gingerbread X-Wing fighter, or so since the gingerbread AT-AT is the Empire, go to the other side of the Republic and do a gingerbread X-Wing fighter or a gingerbread Millennium Falcon. I know Millennium Falcons are pretty prolific in the Lego Star Wars realm, but why not? Can we get to 20 likes? Tommy, let's do this. Coop is here. Coop is here. Awesome, Coop. Man, I'm sorry. Roaming Bricks, did we lose him on the last stream? I'm hoping he'll come back, but if not, that's okay. Box fan says, maybe the MIDI scale Death Star too, but bigger and gingerbread. Oh, that would be great. And then some cool minifigures. The thing is, it has to be it has to be a theme that's not too on the pricey side. So not too much on the pricey side. That gives you maybe 1 or 2 exclusive minifigs, and that will attract a lot of just casual Lego buyers and collectors. At least that's my thought. So if it's a Millennium Falcon, I guess, or a Death Star, they'd have to modify the size of them, I would think. Britton Brick says yes, and then you could have the Snowspeeder wrapping fairy lights around the AT-AT leagues. Yes. Pilot Luke in his gingerbread outfit. Or maybe they could make it a candy cane color scheme snow speeder. That way you get the red and the white. And oh my gosh, just have fun with it that way. So many good ideas. There we go. Candy cane X-Wing. Tommy and I thinking on the same wavelength. We need 15 likes first in order to get to 20 likes. So let's get to 15 likes, folks. Yes, you can't have 15 and not have 20 or something like that. I like it. The Vox fan says, or present TIE Fighter Interceptor. Yeah, you see, you know what, these gingerbread themes are just too fun, too many good possibilities. So I'm assuming that this theme will continue because this current one is so successful, or at least Lego makes us, at least Lego makes us think it's successful. Man, launched one of these out of my hands. Glad I found it back. This is the danger of live streaming. When you launch, whoops, this thing does not want to be used, man. I'm going to force this pin to get used in this leg because it's being rebellious here. But yeah, Lego's got has tapped into a whole new market, I think, with these gingerbread sets. So we'll see what they put out next year. Of course, we got a whole lot of 2026 to work our way through before we get to these gingerbread sets. But man, it's fun to speculate and see what Lego will come up with. And definitely, I would think they would be even more popular than they are now. The cool part is I would think and hope that the Gingerbread AT-AT doesn't get retired and you get a chance to get it then. I gave my precious like for the stream. Romy Bricks! Yes, Romy Bricks, we were looking for you, man. He's found us. Alexander says, the only way I got to a stream is because I have to upload videos at 7 a.m. Got it, Alexander. Britton Bricks, I hope they do a gingerbread model one a year or it will get old way too fast. Yeah, so, and keep the ones that are out the whole time, and or at least, you know, I don't know kind of what the reasoning or the logic is for when Lego decides to retire sets, simply because some sets stay on the shelves forever. I guess that would have to do with sales, but yeah, like the UCS Millennium Falcon is almost on a, well, going into 2026, probably an 8-year run, I think. And apparently that popular, so, you know, which is pretty impressive, especially since it's been one of the most expensive Lego sets out there up until the Death Star showed up, the UCS Death Star. And I'm hoping, as we're talking about Star Wars in general, I'm hoping that the UCS Death Star has a great gift with purchase when May the 4th comes around, or maybe just Star Wars in general has, Lego Star Wars has a great series of gift with purchases when we get to May the 4th. You know, kind of reinvigorate the sales, I would think, of the UCS Death Star as well. But I think it's been doing okay sale-wise. So, and the longer that set's been out, and then I've seen it in person, I think it looks pretty cool. So, you know, I guess it's one, you have to kind of get over the initial disappointment of the way you were picturing it, you know, as an actual globe or sphere. But as far as a display piece and all the different the Star Wars scenes that happen in that movie, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. So I don't know if I'll get it, but that would be pretty amazing. That would be a whole lot of insider points, though, if you buy that thing when there's a double insider points day. But yeah, anyway, going back to my goals then for 2026 sets, definitely the DeLorean, Speed Champions DeLorean from Back to the Future. a lot better price set to get those two minifigures. You know, $29 versus 200. And then the Ninjago Blacksmith House. I think that set looks so good, and I don't like that 15th anniversary one that they showed. Another $350 set. Not interested in that. But that Blacksmith House looks so cool. I think that's something that, I don't know, just goes well with modular Ninjago sets that have been, I think, released every year or every other year. So Ninjago City being the first one. And when it comes to Ninjago, I don't know much about the storyline or anything. I know the main characters, and I just love the builds. So that, and of course, when that Ninjago movie came out, that seeing that Ninjago City set in the movie, and then of course become an actual set, just too cool. That, and if you remember the Lego movie 2, the Apocalypseburg set, those two just came out in movies. Those were so fun. AG Films is here. Welcome, AG Films. Glad to have you here. Silly Bird, welcome. Silly Bird says hello. Merry Christmas Eve. Yes, Merry Christmas Eve, you guys. I still have about an hour and a half of the eve of Christmas Eve over here. Balaban says, have you played any Lego games at all? We used to have a Lego game with our Nintendo Wii set. I think it was a Spider-Man Lego one, but that's it for me. So yeah, you guys probably know more about that than I do. AG Film says Lego Marvel superheroes, both of them. So there you go. There's some examples. Box Fan says I play Lego Star Wars TCS and TSS. Let's see. Sankey, okay. Hello to you. Mr. P, hello. Mr. P 4HB, welcome. Tommy says, I like dragons. The Vox Fan says, I play Lego Jurassic World on PS3. Yeah, Roman Bricks, he's never played any Lego games. Yeah, the only one I can think of is a Spider-Man one that was made for the Nintendo Wii U. Fun game. Never really 100% understood how to kind of get past it. My kids and I were figuring that out when they were really small. I bet they could figure it out now. I think the new Batman Lego game is cool though. Mr. P says, did you watch the Lego Batman movie? I did. That was a while ago. Britton Brick says, yep, I've played all Lego games on PS3 and 4. I used to be a world-class trophy hunter. Let's go. Those Lego games are fun. 7 hours till Christmas in Australia. Man, you guys are way ahead. That's crazy. That feels like you guys are two days ahead when you say it that way, Coop. Lego Batman is such a funny movie. Oh yeah, that character. You can't beat the Lego Batman character. Especially, you know, the Lego movie 2. He made quite an appearance in that one too. Roaming Bricks, Australia and New Zealand will have Christmas first in the celebrations. That is true. Well, you guys get to tell us ahead of time or ahead of us what you got for Christmas, and did you get some cool Lego sets that were on your wish list? For my Lego wish list, it was simply the Harry Potter one that actually, of all the themes. Oh, what was it? It was the Harry Potter motorcycle with sidecar. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Let me look it up. But it's a fun set. It's got like one of those little big fig builds. I just love that thing. So that's the one I want. Oh, let me see if I can find it. There it is. Hagrid and Harry's motorcycle ride. So I put that on my wish list. It just looks like a fun build, especially those making, you know, giant or bigger Lego characters out of bricks. And I don't know. It doesn't look, it kind of looks like whatever that old Lego set was called. Or not Lego set, those old, when Lego tried to make action figures. I forget what those were called. But anyway, that's what it looks like. One day until Christmas in the Philippines, says Mr. P. Awesome. Balabon says, Britt, I used to play the Jurassic Park game. Britt Brick says 18 hours until Christmas Day here in the UK. Not that I'm counting. I'm enjoying the fact that we are still on December 23rd over here, and I like enjoying the slow days of Christmas break. So I'm not in a rush, guys, but it's fun to see your guys' excitement. Tommy says, "Can I mail myself to you, Coop?" Tommy's wanting to move fast. Liam Brick the Bed is here. Welcome, Liam. Welcome back. Britain Bricks gives the wave to Britain Bricks. Okay, we got our our fourth leg almost built up here. So whoever that impatient person was who said, "You're still working on that?" It's like, yeah, I'm enjoying the set, man. So we got the legs all done here, having a hard time. These rounded pieces sometimes, I don't know why. Just if you don't line them up right, it's more difficult than it needs to be to put on to the set. But anyway, now we'll make this half-eaten gingerbread AT-AT look a little more complete. Get them right there in the shot and put this build in the right spot. Looks like I forgot a section here, so let me do that and add the four legs to the gingerbread AT-AT. And one of the fun things we were talking about a few minutes ago was we're thinking Lego's going to continue these gingerbread themed sets. And what could be the next ship or vehicle to build a gingerbread set out of? Of course, I added my own minor modification. The gingerbread AT-AT, it needs a pilot. Vader's got to be in command. He can't spend his time piloting this walking Earth mover slash Galactic Empire tank. So why not give him a pilot with this clone trooper here? So I know you guys said who it was and I forgot. All right, so we'll flip it upside down like the instructions say and snap in each leg piece. See if that works out. Oh, yeah, put it on the right direction here. Oh, no. Let's see, oh, there we go. There we go. I think I gotta make a correction to a couple of these legs. I have the plate facing the wrong way. Of course, I'm not an expert builder yet. Just knocked off Darth Vader. Okay, so there we go. 2 legs so far. Starting to look like a